Hello students. Now in class 9 science chapter 2 we will discuss about the methods of separation of components of a mixture like evaporation, centrifugation using separating funnel, sublimation and chromatography. Now let us see one by one. First one is why this separation is necessary. As we discussed that most of the natural substances are not chemically pure. Different methods of separation are used to get individual components from a mixture. Separation makes it possible to study and use the individual components of a mixture. That's why this is necessary for the separation. And different methods you discuss in the lower classes like hand picking, sieving, filtration, winnowing using magnet. In this chapter, some more methods are there like evaporation, centrifugation using separating funnel, sublimation, chromatography, distillation, fractional distillation, and crystallization. Some methods we will discuss in this video. First one is evaporation. For what type of mixture we can use this evaporation? We can separate the volatile component. What is the meaning of volatile component? Components which have low boiling point easily convert into the vapor state, and generally this is solvent. We can separate the volatile component from its non-volatile solute by the method of evaporation. And with the help of an example, it is explained. That is, ink is a mixture of dye in water. Dye is one colored substance which is dissolved in the water. We will get the one ink. How can we separate this ink with the help of this evaporation? This is the setup. In a beaker, we have taken water, and this beaker containing water is heated. And on this beaker, we have put vase glass, and this vase glass contains the ink. When we heat this water, heat goes to this vase glass, and water evaporate from this ink, leaving behind the ink dye. In this way, we can get the dye from water, dye from ink. Is it clear? Now, next method is centrifugation. Sometimes the solid particles in a liquid are very small and pass through a filter paper such as milk. For such particles, the filtration technique cannot be used for separation. Such mixtures are separated by centrifugation. This is the name of technique, centrifugation. And for this, whatever the machine we are using, that is centrifuging machine. These are the two models are shown here. The principle of centrifugation is that denser particles are forced to the bottom and the lighter particles stay at the top when spun rapidly. Clear? Application of centrifugation used in diagnostic laboratories for blood and urine test, used in dairies and home to separate butter from cream. This you can see in your kitchen. Your mother can separate butter from cream by using this technique. Used in the washing machine to squeeze out water from wet clothes. In washing machine, the spin tub. For what purpose spin tub is used? To squeeze out water. In spin tub, wet clothes are spun rapidly to squeeze out water. Next, separation of a mixture of two immiscible liquids. Now, what is the meaning of this immiscible? That is, the liquids which will not mix into each other. This is the meaning of immiscible liquids. For such type of liquids, you use the technique or which the apparatus, that is a separating funnel. Now see, this is the one diagram is given. With the help of one activity, it is explained. Now, if you are having or we want to separate kerosene oil from water using a separating funnel. First of all, pour the mixture of kerosene oil and water in a separating funnel. Let it stand undisturbed for some time so that separate layers of oil and water are formed. We will get the separate layer, like this is water and this is kerosene oil. Kerosene oil is upper part and water is lower part. We can say this is kerosene oil is lighter. It has less density than water. Then open this stopcock. When we open this stopcock, the separating funnel open the stopcock of the separating funnel and pour out the lower layer of water carefully. This layer will come, and as soon as this layer will come to this level, when this part will come to this, clear, then close the stopcock. Close the stopcock of the separating funnel as the oil reaches the stopcock. Clear. Now what the principle of this? Immiscible liquids separate out in layers depending on their densities. Clear. If we mix the two liquids which are not mixed into each other and we want to separate them, then they make the layers. Clear. Depend on their densities. What the application of this? To separate mixture of oil and water, like this given in the activity. In extraction of iron from its ore, the lighter slag is removed from the top by this method to leave the molten iron at the bottom in the furnace. Actually, this is the part of extraction of metal which you discuss in the higher class. Next, sublimation. In the first chapter you discuss about the sublimation. This is the process of direct conversion of solid into gaseous state without passing through the liquid. Clear. Now if you are having the mixture of salt and camphor, this mixture can be separated by using sublimation. As we know, this is camphor is a sublimable substance. Now just see the setup. This is china dish, and in this china dish we put the mixture of camphor and salt. Then on this china dish we put inverted funnel. Clear. And this is a cotton plug. This close this part of the funnel. When we heat it, what happens? Vapors directly come from solid to gas, and when these vapors of the camphor, actually camphor goes from solid to gas, and when these vapors of the camphors come the upper part of this funnel, this part, cooler area is there. That's why they will solidify it. This is solidified camphor. In this way we can separate the camphor from salt. Now just see, to separate mixtures that contain a sublimable volatile component from a non-sublimable impurity, the sublimation process is used. In the mixture of salt and camphor, camphor changes directly from solid to gaseous state on heating. Some examples which are sublimable, like ammonium chloride. You have to remember these names: ammonium chloride, naphthalene, and anthracene. Next technique is chromatography. Actually, this chromatography, this term comes chroma in the Greek means color. Actually, this technique first was used to separate the colored components. That's why this is chromatography. Again, see, is the dye in black ink a single color? Black ink we already discussed. It is whatever the dye, but this dye is not a single substance. The dye is a mixture of substance. Then how can we separate these substances present in a dye in black ink? Now again see the one activity. Take a thin strip of filter paper. This one. This is a thin strip of filter paper. Draw a line on it using a pencil approximately 3 centimeter above the lower edge. This is the line. Okay. Then put a small drop of ink at the center of the line and let it dry. There, this is the spot of the ink. This is the spot of ink, and let it dry. Then lower the filter paper into a jar, glass, or beaker or test tube containing water so that the drop of ink on the paper is just above the water level, and leave it undisturbed. Now see, this is our gas jar, and in this gas jar, this filter paper, this filter paper is suspended, and this water is there. This lower part is slightly dip into this water, and leave it. Okay, and watch carefully. You will see that water rises up in the filter paper. Clear. And after some time you will see the spot, colored spot at the different places. You can see spot, this one spot is there, then another spot is there. Clear. Now why these spots are at the different places? We can say the ink that we use has the water as the solvent, and the dye is soluble in it. As the water rises on the filter paper, it takes along with it the dye particles. And usually a dye is a mixture of two or more colors. The color component that is more soluble in water rises faster, and in this way the color gets separated. This process of separation of components of a mixture is known as chromatography. Chromatography is the technique used for separation of those solutes that dissolve in the same solvent. Like in this ink, the part of the color are soluble in the water. Clear? Now this again setup is given. What is the application of this chromatography? This to separate colors and dye, pigments from the natural colors and drugs from the blood. So these are the some techniques we have discussed. Remaining techniques we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.